Hello and welcome to the updated tutorial for VIP Plus Chat. Today we're going to be going over the basics on how to use the plugin, and if you want to download it, you can download it at Spigot, or you can download it at my GitHub, which is where you can also get the source, which is completely open source for the first time since any update of this plugin. This is all stuff that's a little out of date, so it's because I haven't released the plugin just yet. So yeah, what you're gonna need for this to work is a server running server 113 or above. It can be using Folia if you so feel. It does work just fine. It does not work with Velocity or any proxy plugins. I mean, it does work. It just doesn't, it won't work with Velocity in the hub. So, just a heads up. But it will work with Spigot, Paper, Folia. So, use those as you feel. I suggest, but not required, Essentials. Essentials is just nice to use with this plugin. And then you're going to need some type of permission management plugin, which again isn't required, but is highly suggested if you aren't just giving everybody up. And that would be either Group Manager for 113 up for the most part, or Luck Perms. I don't know what version that starts. I tried installing it on 113, even though it says it supports 113, it does not. At least not in my case of me trying. So results may vary. With that said, if you've installed all this, it should look a little something like this after you started your server. Once you have all that installed, you should be ready to go. And to start, we're going to hop into a server. And with that, we have this user here, Agent62. And then we have me, Agent61. We're going to go over the basics and try to understand this plugin before getting too deep into things. With that, we have two different files in the folder. And here we have chat and config YML. Inside of the folder, we have blacklist, focus, and ignore list. For the basis of this video, we're going to be focusing on chat and config YMLs. These files are the most important for any of this, and that's all you really need to know. So with that said, we're going to go over the config YML. This config controls all messages in this entire plugin, except for maybe one or two that I can think of. It is pretty simple to use. You just change it how you want it, make it look good, do whatever. If you're confused on what these like percent or these placeholders are called, percent count, percent whatever, you can go into the plugin. You can scroll down and go to config variables, or you can go find the plugin on Bucket and go to the pages and then go to config variables here. Honestly, it's probably just faster to use Spigot's link. In here, this will show you a basic understanding of what those are, and it should help you along the way. With that understanding, then we have our other section. Ignore this section. It's not necessary for basics. It does a lot of cool stuff. It's meant for a lot of cool stuff. It's pointless if you're just trying to run a staff chat or a VIP plus chat type stuff. It's just, if you want to get into it, check out the future videos. With that said, let's get into the chat YML. Chat YML, whilst in the way it works is a little outdated, it works, and that's what matters here. So we have our first value here, which is chat count 9. If you scroll through here, there are actually 9 different chats labeled 0 to 8. You count 0 as 1, 1 is 2, 2, 3, etc., etc. There's 9 different. If you count all the chats, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, there's 9 of them. So yeah, with that, they're all labeled numbered. With with the number with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Again, don't get, you can get them out of order, I think, maybe, but don't. I should probably, you know, in a future maybe update, I can make it so that chat count doesn't matter, and, you know, be nice. All right. Next thing we've got here is the name. This name does matter. It's kind of the way it shows in like messages and stuff. So, yeah, that values matter. So if you put like bad words there, kind of bad. Don't do that. So with that said, we have our command. Command allows us to set any command we wish to this moderator chat. For example, we have mod, and moderator. In the past, I have used M. M is cool, it's short, it's easy to use, but a lot of messaging plugins use this. In fact, I've used it in the very early versions of this plugin. Don't. It'll break a lot of things half of the time, so just don't. Just don't, okay? All right, next, we've got our chat symbol. Yes, I know we've skipped over this little aspect. I'll explain that in a later version. It's a new feature. It's kind of nice, but I feel like it's not needed for the basic understanding of this plugin. Chat symbol. Chat symbol is a great thing. We're going to go ahead and show you how to use it. You just put your chat symbol in, which in this case is an exclamation mark, and then type. It's crazy simple, easy to use. You can set it to anything you want. I think you can even set it to an M, which would break a lot of things if I know right? So let's go ahead and just reload the server here real fast. It does work, but like, don't. It's one of those situations where you can do it, but should you? In this instance, don't. Just don't. Okay? It'll break a lot of things. All right, permission. Permission, we have moderator. This is important in the first instance of where I'm going to teach you how to use this plugin. This is the permission the player needs in order to use this plugin. So yeah, we're going to come over here. We're going to go commands and permissions. We're going to go ahead and look. Oh, hey, we have things here like to chat message. All right, what are we going to find out about this? We need 3 different permissions for this. I know, it's a lot. Just trust the process. All right, so we have groups. So let's list my groups here. I'm going to show this in both 1.13 and 1.21.4, just so it's easy enough for everybody to understand. We're going to start with 1.13 and work our way to 1.21.4. So here we go. We have VIP plus chat.permission. So we're going to go ahead, and you see how it says permission in brackets? That means we're going to replace that value with the value that you specified here. So permission, and that would be moderator. All right. So here it would be, let's see, it would be man g add p. We're going to add the permission to, say player. So what is it? You know, I listed these groups for a reason. It is user, and we're going to go VIP plus chat dot, and we're going to go chat, and then this is what we're going to put at moderator. Remember, that is the value we specified in the config. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a permission. It's going to be VIP chat allow chat. Take that back. It's only 2 permissions. That's just the dot star gives you permission to everything. So now, if I menu add user, let's see, menu add, let's see, agent 62, let's see, user, I think. There we go. I'm remembering. So if I type P or M test, I don't have access. That's cool. Bro's a loser, doesn't understand. Alright. There's a lot of stuff in there. There we go. I was typing that, wasn't I? Yeah, I probably was. Yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and test one more thing here. Let's see. Maybe this. I think I forgot to change something in the config. Well, let's take a look. Did I save? I did not. Reload. Oh wait, I could probably VPC reload, huh? I probably can't. Let's take a look. I can. All right. There we go. So there you go. That's how you use that little symbol thing. It's awesome. That's how you use the permissions. It's pretty easy. It's 2 permission nodes. I thought it was 3. It's 2. All right. So now that we have that done, we can check the layout. So we have a let's see, permission. All right, enabled. Enabled. We can set this to false. If I set this to false like this, and I reload the plugin, and I type mo test, you can see the moderator is currently disabled. Please try again later. It even shows you a cute little message and lets you know. Oops, wrong one. So we'll go ahead and re-enable that for testing purposes. Ignore list. Ignore the lists. It's not important to you. It's not important to me. We don't need to worry about it. Allow ignore. Again, that's more complex stuff that we just don't need to know about. Layout tag. Layout tag is pretty cool. Remember how we said we have see if we did like we have moderator here. Wait, where is that actually? I actually don't know where this is used. I think it's used in like not here. Let's see. BBC. Let me see. I think it would be trying to think of where it would be located. It's I think it's in like info maybe. I don't know. It's labeled in there somewhere, and I think it uses this value. But yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention something with permissions. So let's do permissions real quick on 121.4. So it'd be LP. We would do group. We're gonna do the default group, and we're gonna do parent. No permission. There we go. And we're gonna set a permission for let me see, it'd be VIP plus chat dot and we're gonna chat dot, and this chat would be moderator. And in this instance, we're gonna set it to true because we want to give people access to it. If you don't, we can set it to false, but in this instance, we're going to set it to true. And in this example, I'm using a server, so I'm going to set this to the new server. And if I were to do, and that's simple as that, and then if you wanted to allow them to chat, obviously, because you want to, you can do that as well. And there you go. That's how you do the permissions for that. So it's pretty easy to use that as well. So, all right, back to here. We have our layout. A layout's pretty cool. In this instance, it's the layout for this chat right here. So we have an M and blah, blah, blah. We have the player. We have the player here. And then this, right? So what we're going to do, what's that about? What the heck did I click on to make that happen? Oh, that. Interesting. Anyways, so if you see here, this is our layout. We can actually change that right here. In fact, we can make the green M blue by changing that to a B. If we just VPC reload and we do MO, see now it's blue. Crazy. It's super easy to change. We have a placeholder for player. It's %player %. I believe you can do display name. I think. I could be wrong. I'm more than willing to be wrong here. No, I did it right. I'll be dinged. Alright, cool. Oh, shoot. Alright, there we go. Wrong server. Alright, reload and chat. There we go. See? now I'll be using the display name. For example, in here, I believe it's like my display name is Agent61. But if you like nicked yourself, right? So if I did nick and C agent and D6 and then and 7-1, right? If I did that and I made my name all weird like that, I could do this and do like mo test and it would keep that value. So a little interesting fact and tidbit for you to know. So you can use display main, but by default it is plain. So just a heads up. Color codes. I will explain this because it's very useful. Inside of the chat, if you do MO and C test, it will in fact work. Now, what's interesting about this is you can actually disable that color code. So that's dark red, this is red, so we're going to set this to false. And if we reload the the thing here, you can actually see it disables that color code. So that's something really cool that you can do here by simply just changing that little section. Anti-swear. We're going to ignore it. And with that said, guys, that's basically going to wrap up this tutorial video on how to use this plugin. It's very, very, very basic, I know. So, just a heads up, that's going to be how you use it. If you have any questions for me, you can leave them in the description, or you can make an issue on the GitHub. It's very easy to use. We're going to go ahead and load in here. You go to issues, you create an account on GitHub, and then you go ahead and create a new issue. And if you have a question or you have an issue with the plugin, put it in here, or you can hit me up on Spigot as well. And just private message me. With that said, thanks so much for watching. See you guys in the other